Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Master. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Let's have it.
On this birthday, what you are going to celebrate, my true celebration of the birthday will lie in the fact if you have a life of love. Love and all things can be edited. To my mind, I don't feel joy at the day I was born, you see. I will feel joy only the purpose for which I meant that is completed. Then I feel joy. I quite appreciate that you have expressed all your love, devotion or surrender that you may decide between in your own heart. So I want you to love, you see, that will give you physical health, moral health and spiritual health. That's the only way back to God. So physically, you see, sometimes it's not possible to be everywhere. But the God in man, God in him is everywhere, that can materialize everywhere. When you rise above body consciousness here, there also you can contact and talk face to face. But truly you become a follower when you meet the Master within and talk to him face to face. He is ever with you and you are ever with him. So I wish you all to progress on the way. Be regular in your practices. Lead a life of love. Love does not dream of even harming anybody. If you want to know God, if you do not love the God in the man, then how can you? You know where God resides, how can you expect to know God? So this is what is wanted. As I told you, love is the innate quality of the soul. You see. Love knows no duality. Oneness. So I think that is why they said God is love. Love is God. So I wish you to progress spiritually, physically. I have not been here for so many years, of course. But as I told you, I was with the God in all the thoughts. You know, with God's grace and with the grace of my Master, through whom he works, you remain in my mind. So long he wishes me to continue in the physical body. So this day, when you say birthday, physical birthday, I think the best way out, I don't want anything from you except love. You'll be true, non-violent. You'll be truly truth-speaking, truly truthfulness. You will become truly chaste because your love goes into the soul, not remains in the body. To love the Master and to love God. The God in him, not the Son of Man. So mind that there is no sadhana greater than love. All performance, outer rites and rituals, saying prayers, they are only meant for love. If you got love, it's everything there. So there is no law higher than love. And there's no goal beyond love. Because love is God and God is love. For that, you see, God and love are identical. For who has divine love, has reached God. He is one with you. So that is why I gave out here, you see, this is a religion. Above all religion, you see what the Masters had in life, taught, they gave out the very love. So no amount of intellect can fathom God. No amount of austerity can enable you to attain God. Only whom, when one loves him, and loses oneself in him, and it is only the feat of the love in which you can lose yourself, where the two become one. And there is no other means, no other way back to God except through love. One devotee prayed God, "Oh God, just will you kindly pay a visit to my home?" He said, "Yes, I will come." He made all preparations, cleaned his house, laid on the bed of roses for God to come. He also cleaned clothes and sat at the door outside, waiting for God to come. From morning till night he was there. And God did not come. One old man did come who could not walk properly. He was asking if I am hungry, will you kindly give me a loaf of bread? He passed by. At night, devotee prayed, "God, you promised to come to my house and you have not come, because I did come. I was asking for a loaf of bread from you, and you did not give it." Unless our inner eye is open to see God in everybody, to see His children, we are all brothers and sisters in God, we cannot know God. So love is the main thing in all affairs. Tenth Guru says, God is in the whole world, and world is in Him. If you tease anybody, you torment anybody, mind that God will He will punish you for that. So truth remains, when God wanted to be many, there was light. And that light is the cause of all creation that resides in every heart. That light we have to come to know. We are all children of light. So light, take care that the light within you is not darkness. You see? So light is there. So love knows service and sacrifice. Whom you love, you want to give everything to him. Love knows giving, as I told you. And attachment wants everything to your own self. That's what difference between the two. Kabir says, so long you are in the body, in Punjabi language, body is called as day. Day word means also to give. He says, so long as you are in the body, give, and give. Man is one who lives for others. Animals live for their own self and for those who are his children. If we behave the same way, how can we be better than the animals? One poet says, look to the face of the animal, it is just like facing the earth. If that remains all through earthly, that is all right. But God made man's face upward. Look upward. Rise above this physical body. So know, you see, this body is the true temple of God, in which we reside and also God resides. So temples which are made outside, they are made out of the model of man's body, dome-shaped. You see, in that they put in the symbol of God made out of stone, some gods. In Makkah, you see, you have kept there the quarry kept by Khalilullah Ibrahim. That's a remembrance of that prophet. And these are made symbols kept there for the love of God, for remembrance of God. They are both equal. Now the one query is, which is better of the two? Both are kept with the same symbols. A temple has the same light, a mosque has the same light, a church has the same light, all holy places have the same light. Which is better of all of them? That's the only symbols kept there in sweet remembrance of God. Such light is which is seen as the outer expression of God. So he replies, he is better of the two, in whom that light is effulgent. That is, light is radiating. That is better of all these. So masters tell us, you see, in all religions, you know, the highest degree which we are supposed to have is to know God, and the degree is given for a Sikh who becomes a Khalsa. And definition is given to see the great conflagration of light of God. Only he is Khalsa, not that who is bearing the label of that ism, but who sees inner eyes open to see the light of God. A Hindu is one, truly speaking, when the light which is makes outside, in worship, in other things, or in the temples he goes and lights the candles. He is not the true Hindu, he is the true one who lights that candle within, which is already there. Kabir says, there is one lamp burning within you without candle, without the wick and without the oil. We are the children of light, take it that the light within you is not darkened. So this all masters tell us. So differences are there. These are man-made. One truth is working at the basis of all religions, of all masters' teachings. Whether he is a believer in God or not, both ways, these differences came up as a result of our own whims. Excuse me if I say, one rishi stood up with the, result that is all God. Our soul is also God fully. Then the other came up, the follower of Shankara, Ramanuja. He said, there is still covering up of they are covering on the body. This is physical, this is astral, there are pranas, there are manomay, there is conscious, intellectual, and there is of peace and jaya. Still it is a second hand. So when they went on, when they saw that very expression radiating through a man's body, he says he is above all. So these all differences are due to them. They came up. Why? On account of narrow-mindedness and bigotry. As also due to climatic influences or customs prevailing. I may give you one or two examples to show that. In Arab there is dearth of water. Prophet Muhammad came up. He saw that the water is very less, there is dearth of water here. He said, all right, when you can wash your hands, feet and face, that is sufficient to say the prayer of God, prayer. When there was no water whatsoever, then he said, he had a custom, you see, tayammum. That is, besmear your hands and feet with the earth and sit for prayer. In the countries where water is in abundance, they say, unless you take a bath, you cannot say, your prayer is not accepted. So this difference is due to the climatic influence. Means when you sit for prayer, for the sweet remembrance of God, you sit wide awake, not sleeping. In the Christian churches, you find to sit bareheaded is a sign of respect. If you go to the 6 temples, they think that the sit head with covered head, this is a sign of respect. So difference is about the customs prevailing. Those both mean the same thing, to sit respectful. You follow my point? So on account of narrow-mindedness and bigotry and custom prevailing and climatic influences, these differences are there. And these are man-made. So temples, as I told you, true temple is man's body, in which the light of God is effulgent. You see, all these temples have 2 aspects. When God wanted, one wished to be many, so ringing radiation came out of that. The two aspects of light and sound are the outward expressions of the existence of God. So they have made tables after the man body, dome shaped, and put in light and sound. Simple there. In churches, no shape, they put in light and sound, principle there. In churches, when you go, light, they lit the light already lit in, and the bell is going on ringing already. In Hindu temple you go, those who enter, they light the candle and also ring the bell themselves who enter. So these are only meant, you see, two symbols kept in the outer temples and churches, etc., to show that such like light and such like sound is within you, reverberating. Oh man, you see it from outside, I am a hidden treasure within you, why don't you find me? This is Quran says. All others also say, there are treasures of divinity within you, why not dig it up? One Bhuka saint says, in the world there is nobody hungry. Only this knot of the physical and our soul being under the control of mind and outgoing faculties is in it. If we don't know how to unravel it. That is why we cannot find the God is within us. We are seeking outside. How can we succeed? So all masters lay much stress on that. They say body is the temple of God. If you want to find Him, you will find Him only within you, which is the controlling power. Now outer religions aim at what? They are preparation of the ground, I would say. Man is a social being, he must have some social body to live in. So they teach us to have a life of ethical life. In all religions you say, although their outer forms and rituals are different, but they all enjoin what is true life. Truth is above all and true living is above truth. So we have kept this man body outwardly very clean, but we should keep the hearts also pure. We spend thousands of dollars for the outer cleanliness, but what we have done to clean our hearts. Blessed is the hearts that are pure, pure at heart, for they shall see God. Whose mind is defiled, and the whole, everything is defiled. Whose mind is pure, everything is pure. If you keep it filthy, cloth or anything, bad odor to come out and fill the whole atmosphere of the room. So we should look after people are after outer cleanliness, they should have the inner cleanliness. If they want that God who is already there, He will manifest His form, His appear, make manifest when their heart is pure. So all masters say like that. So spirituality, what it is, actually speaking now. The word religion also means the same thing. They don't mean the outer isms or the social body that we are carrying, that's right. The word religion means re means back, leisure to bind. To withdraw our attention from all outside and bind with the God ourselves. This is called religion. This is called, truly speaking, spirituality. Word yoga also comes from the root, yuj. That is to bind back our soul back to God. So, what is the highest religion in the world then? Outer forms, they are, Master don't touch them because there are already so many, more than 700 already. So that is the first step we have taken, but for the purpose for which we have taken, we should see that. Khalsa is one who sees the light of God, a Hindu is the one who sees the light of God, a Mohammedan also sees who sees the light of God, and Christian also saying who sees the light of God. That's the highest degree. So which is better and which is of the two? So that man body is blessed. From it, that radiance, ringing radiance, is radiated. So the highest religion is what? What Guru Nanak defines, we are all children of God. We are reading in one class, bearing different labels of the body. Purpose is the same, to know God. The ultimate goal is to have right way of living. Our livelihood should be earned by sweat of brow. Our lives should be pure and to know God. See that all masters who came in the past, they had the same teaching underlying. Guru Arjan broke the ice, I would say. The scriptures of various masters you will find in their own books alone. But in the sixth scripture, which was compiled by Guru Arjan, he compiled as many masters' sayings as he could lay hands on in one volume. That is to mean the whole object was to unite all mankind in the silken bonds of love and not create schism. That is what the master always do. They come to unite, not to disunite. The whole purpose of, they bring the religion of love to mankind. They say, who created you have love for that. Whatever has been created by him also have love for that. It is told that Moses was passing by in the wilderness. There was one shepherd praying God, "Oh God, if you were hungry, I would have given the milk of these sheep to drink. Oh God, if you felt cold, I would have just woven the wool of the sheep and given you, made a coat for you to wear around." You were going like that. And Moses passed by, "Arey, heretic, what are you talking? Can God drink your milk?" He was sitting in love of God. To love no bounds. God looks to the heart from which those words are coming. He began to cry, "Oh God, I have displeased you." And while crying, he went into within. And God appeared, "Well, look here, I will also drink your milk. I will also wear your clothes." And then Moses, when he came back, sat in meditation inside, God appeared to him, told him, "Look here, I have sent to you to unite those who are not united with me, not those who are united to break away from me. Go and ask for forgiveness, So love knows service and sacrifice. Love knows giving. And only we know. I have not talked about a letter I gave in the morning about meditation. Tomorrow I will submit to you what these masters gave. The third talk I will again give you where God resides within you. Our scriptures maintain it. So my point is, you see, if we know how to give to others, then everybody will be happy. So masters' way is sometimes to give direct talk and sometimes by means of parables. Christ also did that. It is said in the Puranas that Vishnu, the Lord of maintenance, invited all gods and those usurs, they are not gods, gave them a feast. The feast was served, food was served, and the gods also took their place, sat down, and the others also sat down. And Lord Vishnu stood up, said, "Look here, gentlemen, all this food for you. Eat to your heart's content." But my one condition should be observed. And what is that? Don't bend your elbows to eat the food. Those who are not gods, they thought over it, they said, stay now. If we do not move our elbows, how can we eat food? They could not come. They left the place in disgust, told that Lord Vishnu had played a mockery. And the others who were gods sat down. They said, these are the words of Lord Vishnu. Must be something at the bottom. For a while they came, it struck them, well, it is very easy. Let others, make others eat. Why bend it, but let yours remain as it is also, let others eat. The result was, everybody ate. Why we are unhappy? We want to make ourselves happy at the cost of others. We want to be wealthy at the cost of others. If we won't let anybody die of hunger, we will never die of hunger. If we see others men rich, then you will also become rich. So giving, you see, love knows giving, and sacrifice also is necessary. So this is the religion, outer religion I would say, which masters who came from time to time to guide the child humanity, and the inner way to know oneself and to know God. So this is strictly speaking to liberate us from the entanglements of mind, intellect, outgoing faculties and body. This is, and contact with the God is called spirituality. It is no spiritism, no spiritualism, no hypnotism and no mesmerism. And outer religion, as I told, is a religion of love. If you love God, God is that in your heart, we must love Him. Those whom you see you do not love, how can you say whom you do not see you love? So these are what is called spirituality in few words. Details are sufficiently long, but few words. So this morning I gave you only the kernel point of it. This is the casing part of it. So tomorrow we'll be here. What time will be announced, to give you further 2 talks, 3 talks, whatever would be necessary, to bring home what is the true way back God home, as prescribed by all masters. On this birthday, what you are going to celebrate, my true celebration of the birthday will lie in the fact, if you have a life of love, love and all things can be added.